how's it all going? I am on my way to work, and hopefully this phone will not fall off onto my dashboard, so I apologize in advance if this thing goes lopsided while I'm driving, but I needed to, you know, post some stuff and talk to you guys and everything. I got a new phone. This is the iPhone XS, so 10S, and long story short, my son lost his phone. I had an old 7, and so I gave him my old 7, and Mama got a new phone. So I'm just kind of testing the video quality on it. I hope this comes out okay. I'm au natural today, as you can tell. Just wash and wear today. Guys, it's Friday, but I'm sure this will go up like probably around Saturday or Sunday, so no big deal. I wanted to talk to you guys. I got a question from a lovely lady the other day on my video, and she said, this has nothing to do with the topic that you put up on your video, but I'd really like to know if there are any sunscreens that I can use that don't sting my eyes. I'm having a really bad problem with putting on sunscreen that affects, you know, I'm tearing up and all of this other stuff. And I think, you know, people or skincare experts on here, they talk a big talk about every single type of you know, sunscreen. There's like, you know, 50 different sunscreens that they go to, but I don't think a lot of people address the fact that you know, some people are sensitive to the chemicals in sunscreen, and it gets in your eye, and you know, you're starting to tear up, and nobody wants to look like that. Nobody wants to be putting on sunscreen and looking like, you know, they just had a crisis on their hands because their, you know, their eyes are all red and puffy and everything. So I kind of, she asked me what I use, and I did mention the one or two things that I use. One is Neutrogena, and it's the, oh, sorry about that, guys. I told you this thing would flop when I drive. The Neutrogena, what is it called? Clear. It's like the dry one, the dry formula, the one that you can put on, and oh, there we go again. You can put on, and it basically dries down very quickly, and you don't have a problem with putting foundation on top of it or anything else. You know what? I think I'm gonna hold on a second. I think I'm gonna pull in here because I don't want to have you guys bouncing around as I'm talking to you. Oh yes, there's a number of, you know, really good sunscreens out there, and you gotta kind of go through. You know how they say you have to kiss a lot of frogs to get the prince. It's the same thing with some of these sunscreens and stuff. You have to really try it on your skin, your particular skin, and you know, see how it reacts to your skin. Now, hopefully I'm not lopsided. There you go, guys. There we go. Now we can have a nice chat. There you go. So the Neutrogena was one of the ones. I do have one. It's what is it called? It's Botanicals, the botanical one, and that has a nice fragrance to it. I know some of you don't want fragrance in your you know, in your sunscreens or other things, so just wanted to make mention that does have a floral scent to it, but I find that really good too. It's a little more oily than the Neutrogena one, and I'll put stuff, you know, up here around here so you guys can see the bottles that I use. The thing that I wanted to make mention, and I think a lot of doctors or I don't even want to say dermatologists, but just in general, or beauty gurus or whatever, I think we need to get back to the basics. If you are experiencing sensitivity to your skin because of a certain product or a certain chemical over and over again, then, you know, there's an issue there. Don't use it. I mean, go and try to see if there's anything that you can dupe for it, or, you know, switch out. And the thing that I mentioned to her, and I think this doesn't, it's not on the radar for a lot of people, is when I talk about getting back to basics, I'm talking about almost getting back to infancy, aka I told her, go ahead and go down the baby aisle of, you know, like a Kroger or Publix or a drugstore or whatever. And there are a number of very good sunscreens or sun protections for babies. I think one company is Aveeno, but there's a number of other ones that are, you know, that specifically cater to children. And if you buy the ones that cater to children, you don't have to be a child to buy something that caters to children. And the only thing that it does is it doesn't have harsh chemicals, and the FDA approval process is a lot more stringent on anything that goes on or is being used for young children, okay, 6 months and older. You're not supposed to use any sunscreen or anything for 6 months and under. You know, just basically keep them out of the sun. But children 6 months and older, you know, you're supposed to put the sunscreen on, especially if they're in the pool and all of that. There are a number of very good sunscreens specifically for children, and there's no reason why an adult cannot buy those type of sunscreens. And that holds true for shampoos, it holds true for body washes, it holds true for wipes, it holds true for you know, what did I said, shampoos, body lotions, things like that. If you are a person that is susceptible to sensitivity to certain ingredients, if you go down that baby aisle, you are going to find certain products that do not have any extra scent in it. They're usually scent-free. They're usually down to the basics as far as chemicals are concerned. So they are very, very, you know, what I call clean and pure because of the baby factor. So that's my little tip for the day. I don't want to stay on too long here, but I wanted to make mention that I don't think a lot of people think of that, there's no law or rule that says that you cannot go down the baby aisle and get your facial wipes, or get your, cleansers, get your shampoos, get your body lotions, or anything like that has to do with children, okay? And use it on yourself, and I guarantee you that you are not going to have the skin issues that you seem to be having now with the adult formulated lotions and soaps and stuff, okay? I hope that has helped a lot of people. I did comment back to the lady, and I told her this in a couple of sentences, but I felt it was important enough to come up here and really discuss this and see what you guys think, and let me know in the comments below if you've had experiences with baby products and using baby products instead of adult products for your skincare needs or your hair needs. And let me know. I know one of the most fantastic things, just to make mention, is some sort of detangler for your hair. It's something that young kids use, and you spray into their hair to detangle their hair. And I know a number of adult ladies, gentlemen usually have shorter hair, but obviously they can use it too. But I know a number of ladies have mentioned that if they really, really want to detangle their hair, they go to the kids aisle and get this certain detangler. And if I find it, I'll put it up here, so make mention of that also, guys, okay? So I love you guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you subscribe and give this a thumbs up. I'm just trying to put on videos as I think about it and see fit. I'm trying not to go down the path of rehashing the same topics and the same 4 products over and over and over again ad nauseum. I think I don't waste, I hope I don't waste your times doing that. I try to research things, and if I find new information or things that are relevant for you guys, I go ahead and I put it up as best I can and as quickly as I can, okay? I love you very much. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful Sunday. Blessings to everybody. Stay out of the cold, and take all your vitamins, because you're going to need it now with this winter coming on. It is coming on full blast here. So be careful out there. Love to everybody, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.